content health practice consists of 8 techniques: article structure, article life cycle, content health, managing KCS article quality, creating evolved loop articles, new versus known analysis, self-service success, and assessing the value of articles. Let's look at the first technique, KCS article structure. Content health begins with content structure. A well-defined structure is a fundamental element of capturing knowledge value. With KCS, the support organisation's experience or knowledge is captured in the form of KCS articles. KCS articles are transferable units of content that integrate the situation with information, analysis and resolution to form a standardised structure. KCS is a modular approach to knowledge. Ideally, KCS articles should be no longer than 1 page in length. A given customer situation may use multiple KCS articles to reach a resolution. KCS articles often contain links to other formal or comprehensive information. We need to start this process by establishing a good format or template for our KCS articles. The right structure ensures that the KCS articles in the knowledge base are findable and usable by the intended audience. Identifying the intended audience is important because the audience defines the context for the KCS article. Ideally, the target audience should be involved in creating and giving feedback on the KCS articles. One of the key goals of KCS is to capture the context of the issue, the description of the needs and the experiences of the customer in their own terms. To achieve both broad reuse and relevance, the reusable context for a given situation is contained within the KCS article and does not require an outside reference. The complete context is also available via links to the cases or incidents that have reused the content. KCS recommends that the KCS articles be presented in an easy, skimmed way so that the readers can quickly gauge relevance. These are the basic elements. The problem or question. Capturing the situation in the customer's words. Trying to understand what are they trying to do or what's not working. The environment. What product, hardware, software, network, including the platform, model and revision level, does the user have? Has anything changed recently, such as upgrades, additions or deletions? The environment description should be as precise as possible, with standard ways to document product names and versions. Resolution contains the steps required to resolve or answer the problem. Cause. Cause describes the cause of the problem. The cause is also central to providing actionable product feedback to development and product management. Many times the cause is not known, which in itself could be useful information to know. Metadata. This is the organisational, historical and categorisation data that shows whether the content is in the right general domain, and additional usage information that helps would-be users understand how often the KCS article has been reused. This can indicate a level of confidence in the article. And finally, its stage in the development life cycle. This information and these content elements can work for procedures as well, not just product issues, questions and problems. Typical case or incident records might also contain information that is customer specific, such as entitlements and customer contact details. This information is necessary for the support process and is typically retained in the incident management system. It should not be included in the KCS article. The KCS article should contain the reusable parts of the experience, not customer-specific or proprietary information. Managers should note that structuring KCS article content requires explicit work to be performed that has not traditionally been part of the problem-solving process. There's an initial learning curve and startup investment as content is created and the processes are mastered. Coaching is crucial at this stage. However, once reuse becomes possible and the solve loop practices become second nature, this extra work disappears. The time invested to get over the hump will be more than compensated for by the time saved in the improved problem-solving process and increased reuse. Metadata is a simple high-level categorization of content that can help improve findability, maintenance, reporting and other processes. Generally, categorizing content with high-level area or product groups doesn't take any extra time during capture, nor does it cut important results out of searches. KCS recommends some specific metadata to enhance KCS article structure and support reuse. Some examples are author, owner, date created, date last modified, number of times used, and life cycle state, which will be discussed in the next technique. In addition, there are some specialty pieces of information that enable reuse by other engineers and customers. Some specific metadata can even help accumulate management metrics. Organisations should feel free to add custom or optional fields to suit their industry or regulatory requirements. But a word of caution though, sometimes people go too far, over-structuring knowledge with metadata. They try to put knowledge into buckets, especially to facilitate reporting. Unfortunately, this approach sometimes camouflages the knowledge because of the labels or categories chosen. These manually classified labels have proven to have poor searchability. They do not correspond with the way that the customers describe their problems. Predefined buckets also may limit a team's ability to detect patterns of use and linkages, which become more critical as the knowledge base grows. The good news is that tools have improved tremendously. Over the past 5 years, automated classification and search tools have made it much easier to organise content based on what the content is, rather than forcing it into predefined buckets.